This is Mark Bell from SuperTraining Gym. SuperTraining Gym, the strongest gym in the West. We got an old-fashioned, old-school, good old voiceover for you. We haven't had one of those in a while, and I know you guys have been looking for it. We're also coming up, we're going to do a coach's eye video I've been slacking on. It just takes some time to put those together, but I'll be drawing all the arrows and all that shit on some videos so you can see proper technique in the deadlift, the bench press, and the squat. This is a weekend. This is a Sunday. That's a lot of times when we're bench pressing is on Sunday at SuperTraining Gym. We also bench press on Thursday. I'm moving into doing some slightly different things. Look at that belt on her. Wow. How can I not be distracted? That's awesome. I think this might be a Kabuki strength barbell. That barbell is from Chris Duffin. Really awesome bar. Has some really crazy knurling. I'm lifting here with my boy, Damon Thurman. Wow, look at his belly. Holy shit. He's trying to set a world record with that, I think. How can he be so fat, but yet only weigh 220? It doesn't really make any sense. Trying to bring that bench up, and I'm working on some different things. I'm trying to also get leaner and stuff, and there's kind of a bunch of different things that I have going on. It looks like I might be prepping for a bodybuilding show. There's Marcus, Filipino Thunder, showing Crazy Eyes Steve how to bench press, keep those elbows in. It's actually pretty hard for Marcus to keep his elbows in because he has really, really big lats. And so sometimes when you're big, sometimes you lack the mobility. Another goal that I have, though, is in this year, I would like to do a bodybuilding show. I would like to go on a hunt at some point. And I would also like to bench press 500 pounds again. I don't know if all those things will happen, but it'd be nice to, that's a goal. And maybe they don't happen this year, but maybe they happen within the next 12 months. Pretty tall order to get all that done that quickly. The hunt obviously wouldn't be that hard. It's just a matter of like scheduling. And so that would make it more difficult. And then plus I've never gone on a hunt before. So I got some friends now that hunt, so hopefully I can figure some of that out. Been messing around with a bow in our gym. We got a little shooting spot that we hit up, but I need to practice more than I have been to get better at it. It's just like lifting, just like anything else. The more you do it, the better you'll get at it. And when it comes to bench pressing, I see a lot of people, or just in powerlifting in general, a lot of people are so quick to go heavy. They want to handle those heavy weights. But it's not so much the heavy weights, it's just the pure practice that's going to get you better. And you can't practice with just the barbell, unfortunately. You need some weight on the bar, but you also can't practice with your max. You can't practice with the lightest weight that you can handle, and you also can't practice with 100%, but you can practice with 30%, 40%, 50%, so on. I made those elbow sleeves for Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. That's Triple H's logo that he uses in wrestling, and so I sent some out to him, and hopefully he'll get an opportunity to wear them. I made some elbow sleeves for The Rock. As an entrepreneur, people ask me, quite a bit of business questions, and as an entrepreneur, I mean, you're just always trying, and I don't really know, how much people understand that I fail or fall short of like whatever it is I'm trying to do, but I don't ever give up on it. I never take anything personal. Just because I send something to Triple H doesn't mean he's going to use it. The version I sent him doesn't even have our logo on it at all. No representation of me or the gym. And the same thing with The Rock, but that doesn't mean they're going to wear it. Same thing if I send something to my boy John Cena. John Cena has a lot of other things going on in his life, and maybe what I send him, or maybe what I'm trying to do doesn't fit in with what he's trying to do. And anybody that's trying to get into business, anybody that's trying to make a difference out there, you have to keep pressing forward, and you can't worry about people that don't want to support the cause. You can't worry about why. You can't ever take it personal. You just got to keep moving forward. You just saw I benched 365. Now we got Damon Thurman going with 365 plus some weight releasers on the bar. You can get those weight releasers. I believe they have them now at roguefitness.com. I helped them design those. I'm not 100% sure that they're available. The weight releaser is going to allow you to overload that eccentric portion of the bench press and get you used to handling heavier weight, much like a slingshot will. Except for, as you saw, the weight comes off the bar and it makes the weight lighter on the way back up. As you know, you can handle more weight in an eccentric phase, the lowering phase. So I'm going so slow right there is because we have those weight releasers on there. We have that extra weight on there. Now you're probably also sitting there going, man, 365? What the fuck is Mark benching 365? Well, I'm benching 365 because that's what feels good to me now. That's what feels safe. And I always like to keep things less complicated. This is actually one of the new girls in the gym. She just came in a few weeks ago. She's very, very strong. She deadlifts around 400 pounds. I want to say she probably only weighs like $130 or so, maybe even less, maybe 120. So she's really light and really strong. But back to my favorite subject, myself. The reason why you see me pressing 365 is because I don't want to get hurt. I'm going to have to rebuild my strength. You guys haven't seen me bench 500 for a long time. And so as I'm losing weight, as I'm getting leaner, as I'm making these changes, I'm going to have to make some adjustments to the way that I'm training, right? Like, doesn't that make sense? And so I can't, even though I want to, I can't just put 405 on the bar. And also, as I've taught you guys many times before, just because you can doesn't mean that you should. I could definitely bench more than 365, but getting in the 400s and stuff gets to be a larger percentage of my max, and it's not really going to help me to build my strength. It's only going to help me to test my strength, and you don't want to be testing your strength all the time. In fact, you don't want to be maxing, and you don't even want to be above 90% all that often. This should be the minority of your workouts should be in those larger percentage range, and the majority of your workouts should be done in a lighter percentage range, especially when you start to include warm-up and a lot of other things that you're doing. It all ends up being very simple. You can stimulate yourself. That sounds a little weird. Hey now. You can stimulate your muscles through training, but there's only certain ways to stimulate your muscles. So one way is with frequency, how often you train, and you can even do double days, right? Or you can shorten up rest intervals, a la do a superset. Another way to stimulate muscle mass and muscle growth and even strengthen is to shorten the duration between one rep to the next. Between one set to the next. So having like 30 seconds rest may be too short to really promote hypertrophy. However, a minute might be more optimal. And that's what we're always trying to find. We're always in search of what's going to be the most optimal. What I'm doing right here, repping out this 225, it's probably not very optimal. It's kind of just I call those a garbage set. But sometimes they're just fun. You're working out with somebody, and we wanted to go back and forth and do a little bit higher reps with short rest period. And so we're just having some fun. Man, my nipples are hard. Look at that. I didn't necessarily mean in the video. I just mean right now as I'm talking, but also in the video. So we're trying to get some rep work in with that 225, and you can see I'm starting to really fall apart. I'm starting to die. Recently we have had Hani Rambad in the gym, and he's the one who put me on the spot to do a bodybuilding show. Damn, this girl's good. How do you have that small of a waist? How's that possible? This bodybuilding show is at the end of August. It's here in Sacramento. It sounds like the stars will align. It sounds like it makes sense. It also prevents me from being a big fat fuck when I go to LA for the entire month. I'm going to be in Malibu. My wife and I have rented out a Rick Ross type of mansion on the beach, and it'd be really easy just to kind of like eat whatever for those days. But I'm probably going to be in the thick of my diet at that point, trying to get up on stage and flexing some board shorts or whatever the hell they call that, men's physique, I guess. I know internet just erupted and you guys are saying no, but part of this mission and part of me making the world a better place to live is for me to continue to learn and have better perspective on many areas of fitness. You guys have seen me do bodybuilding workouts before with some of the best bodybuilders in the world. We recently had Jay Cutler here as well. Next week, I'm going out to see Phil Heath. You guys have also seen me train with like the likes of Michael Hearn, Charles Glass, and so on. And I always had a fascination with bodybuilding, but I've actually never been to a bodybuilding show. I've always been fascinated with how they're able to get in such good shape. And I would like to test myself, and I'd like to see if I'm able to do it. And I'd like to gain perspective on the bodybuilding world, because how do I know much about it if I haven't done it? Also, I want to learn more about the different styles of diets. You know, you guys know that I promote a ketogenic style diet. Will I use a ketogenic style diet to do well in this competition? That's about 10 weeks away or so. We'll see if it makes sense. And my coach, who will be Hani, if he says so, then I will do whatever he says to do, because I just want to do what I feel is the most optimal. And you can see now we're moving in some incline bench presses. Any of you that have ever struggled with lockout on your bench press, you have to try some incline barbell pressing. Incline dumbbell presses work, but incline barbell pressing, you can see the strength curve as we start to push into that weight. It's pretty easy to pop the weight off your chest, pretty easy to get the weight halfway up, but to be able to really lock it and to go through that next portion of the bench, next portion of that lockout gets to be really, really difficult. So here I am doing some presses that I learned from Michael Tren. Doing some dumbbell presses, and you can see I was alternating. You do 3 reps normal, and then you do 3 reps, 1 dumbbell at a time, and you kind of keep alternating back and forth between the two. I've been working on some chest flies. I got to bring up my chest a little bit if I'm going to do this competition. Really, all they're looking at is your chest, your back, and your arms. My arms, unfortunately, both of them have been torn, and so they're hard to regulate, having good muscle mass and having a good peak. But with a lot of these other body parts, the chest and the back, I can figure out how to get those big. I can figure out how to get those jacked, and I can continue to bring the waist in. Try to get the stomach to shrink down a little bit. I'm already leaning out pretty good, although I haven't gone ham on my actual bodybuilding style diet yet, which I don't even know what it is yet. So I'll be looking forward to getting some of that information. It looks like there's going to be some carbohydrates involved, because the workouts themselves, kind of the point of the workouts is to induce a pump. And when you get a pump, you want to try to figure out how to get carbohydrates into the muscle cells. And so we need to do so like basically before the workout and also after the workout, in order to promote maximum recovery and to get maximum fullness. I don't want to just look skinny and ripped when I get on stage. I want to look fucking jacked, and I want to look tan. You can see me getting my ass kicked here by Thurman Merman. Look at Damon Thurman's freaking ass is eating those shorts. Maybe if he fed that thing once in a while, it wouldn't be so damn hungry. Strength is never a weakness. Weakness is never a strength. I'm out. Later.